Being a wife, but let me tell you something. Being a wife is making sure you have the soap powder. The wife is making sure you might throw those clothes in the washing machine. Being a wife is not coming to pick up your drawers after you. That is
Amen. Who said you had to pick up the drawers? Y'all want to go. This is my point here with that. Yeah. We always act like that's such a big thing. Like, I know, especially for the women. Wait a minute. Especially for the women that got kids. Y'all should be cleaning the house anyway. Y'all should be cooking anyway. So you cook.
Great catch. I'm a great wife. I'm a great this. And it's like that hasn't been validated.
All these single girls are yours too. I don't know.
The one thing that I'm seeing is that when you're dealing with a grown-ass man,
there it is.
He has a vision and a purpose for his life.
Thanks.
And what he wants in the future. And what I see is that a lot of these modern women don't want to fall into and play their part in that purpose and in that vision because they have their own purpose and their own vision. Mm-hmm. Not sure responsibility to motivate a man.
Right.
A man should have his own motivation, his own direction. Your job is to inspire. It's a complete difference. I think a lot of ladies get a man.
Wife, but let me tell you something. Being a wife is making sure you have the soap powder. The wife is making sure you might throw those clothes in the washing machine. Being a wife is not coming to pick up your drawers after you. That is
Amen. Who said you had to pick up the drawers? Y'all want to go. This is my point here with that. We always act like that's such a big thing. Like, I know, especially for the women. Wait a minute. Especially for the women that got kids. Y'all should be cleaning the house anyway. Y'all should be cooking anyway. So you cook.
Great catch. I'm a great wife. I'm a great this. And it's like that hasn't been validated.
All these single girls are yours too. I don't know.
The one thing that I'm seeing is that when you're dealing with a grown-ass man,
there it is.
He has a vision and a purpose for his life.
Thanks.
And what he wants in the future. And what I see is that a lot of these modern women don't want to fall into and play their part in that purpose and in that vision because they have their own purpose and their own vision. Not sure responsibility to motivate a man.
Right.
A man should have his own motivation, his own direction. Your job is to inspire. It's a complete difference. I think a lot of ladies get a man.
good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Candid Convos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Chloe on deck. Say what's up to the people, Chloe.
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right, cool. We appreciate once again you guys holding us down tonight. Do me a favor. Hit that like button for us. Hit that like button. Likes are free. Also hit that share as well. We want to get this content out to as many of our people as possible. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all my YouTube folks out there. But hit that subscribe for us as well. Help us grow the platform. Help us get more people to the conversation so we can change our trajectory as a whole. All right, let me check in on my guy. Saw him trying to get up on here. What's going on, Vince?
Good evening, my fellow Americans.
What's good with you, man?
Good. How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah. We doing good, man. We doing good. Yeah, we might have to touch that at the end of the show. It's a lot going on right now. Right. No, shout out to that. All right. So let me see. Let me do this real quick while I'm thinking about it. All right. So here's the link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you're coming into an Apple device, you got to use Safari. So drop it in your browser. Join us on the panel. Like I see, do have the ability to cut your camera off if you choose, but we always encourage you to keep your camera on. But drop it in your browser. Join us on the panel. Don't be scared. We don't bite. But let's say we want to get more folks on the panel with us, get your input. We want to hear from you. So in addition to hearing the video feed, we also have this link in all the chat feeds as well. So you can catch it at the Candid Convos page on YouTube or Facebook, or you can shoot us a message directly. We'll get it to you that way as well. So we'll lead us up here for a little bit as we get into the conversation. All right, let me see what we got checking in early tonight. See Eva Wright in the building. She said, hey, y'all, we're here. What's going on, Eva Wright? We appreciate you holding us down tonight. Shout out to you and the Wrights. I know you say it's all of y'all over this. Shout out to you and the Wrights holding us down tonight. Appreciate you. See Donovan, hello, howdy, hi, and what up, though? We're going to stick with what up, though, on this one, Donovan. Yeah, shout out to my 313 people in the building. Shout out to my 313. Appreciate you holding us down, brother. See, Kenyatta in the building. She said, happy Wednesday. What's going on, Kenyatta? We appreciate you coming on tonight with us as well, holding us down on the show. I guess what up, though? What up, though? All right. So I don't know. We might cut right on into this one. We got a couple videos came over. So I'm going to drop this topic. So topic for tonight, what is it worth to you? Let me run that back. I'm going to drop this link for a minute. Topic for tonight, what is it worth to you? All right, so we got a culmination of videos tonight. Actually, I got 3-4 videos down here. Like Vince, he coming in first place. He had a lot of them come over. Let me kick off this first one. What is it worth to you?
Relationship that black men have with their kids. The fucked up part about it is black men love their kids through the mama's eyes. If you love the mama, you're going to love the kid. If you hate the mama, you might not really want to have a relationship with the kid because you hate the mama.
You know what? I got to run that back.
The relationship that black men have with their kids. The fucked up part about it is black men love their kids through the mama's eyes. If you love the mama, you're going to love the kid. If you hate the mama, you might not really want to have a relationship with the kid because you hate the mama.
Okay, video number one. So we got a couple videos tonight that's going to tie into this topic, but what is it worth to you? So the brother in the video, I'm sure you guys saw it. He's talking about the relationship that the father has with the kids and how it relates to the mom. Let me circle back to y'all. Drop a comment. Let me know what you thought about what my man said. I know it was a quick one. I'm gonna come over to the panel, see what y'all say. So Chloe, Vince, what y'all think about what the brother was saying? Is he spot on? Is he tripping? What y'all think about what he's saying?
I mean, we have to take in consideration the complaints that we have heard from women about how they've had a hard time. They claim because we don't often get both sides of the same story, right? But they'll make a claim that the man doesn't show up for the kids. He's not there for them, available for them. But then he has a whole nother family, and those kids get all of his time, all of his attention, all of his resources. But he and the mother are together in that scenario. And we have to ask ourselves, what's the difference? He's the same man. He's the same man. So why is it that you claim for you he's not showing up, on your end to fulfill his requirements for your child that you guys have together, but for his family, where they're a unit, he's always there. He's available. He's a great dad. It does make you question, is there some validity to what he's saying? Is it that the relationship that he has with the mother determines how involved he is with that child? And I mean, we see time and time again, men complain about the fact that they struggle to even be able to see their kids when they're estranged with the mother, that she uses the child as a bargaining chip. So why wouldn't we think that this would be true?
That's valid. Okay, I appreciate that right there. Go ahead, Vince. You want to say something, man?
Yeah, I think there's some validity to what he is saying. I know a lot of people might not want to hear this, but in my experience, the men that I know that were ex-husbands are better fathers. And you would say, well, why is that? And all I could come up with is because when a woman has a child, that child is growing inside of her. She has no choice but to bond with that child. That man is bonding with that woman while she is pregnant, not the child. So a man loves the woman who's carrying the child. Naturally, he's going to love that child. A woman can love a child and not care nothing about who the child was from. That's how they going out here and getting these in vitro and baby daddies, and they don't care about that. They want that child. A man cares about that woman and that family that consists of a child. So it's just my experience. And it's about 90% of the men that I know who actually married those women take care of those kids. It might not be perfect, but it's better than the ones and the guys I know who didn't even know her last name. It's a toss-up.
Okay. I hear that, man. I hear that right there. Let me get a couple of these comments real quick. See, Donovan said kids model the mother's influence from birth to adolescence. Okay. I appreciate that right there. He also said kids protect the mamas. That they do. And I think that's really tied to that initial bond that Vince was just mentioning. Because there is a bond that is formed there. Kenyatta says sometimes it's the breakup. If the man can't have the woman or the woman have the man, then the child is in the middle. Yeah, no, that's facts right there. Yeah, it's funny that you sent this video over, because I just recently posted about Cash Doll. And I know she's a Detroit local. Some folks don't know who she is at all, but she's a Detroit, I guess rapper, whatever you want to call her. But yeah, she was with a gentleman, had a couple kids with him, and then they just recently separated, and she went to social media talking about, she's single, she don't give a jack, all this type of stuff, whatever. She not going to deal with this or shouldn't have to deal with this and so forth. And this is just something that always boggles my mind every time this happens, because I'm looking at it from the perspective of, if you with this guy, you land up with this guy, y'all doing what y'all do, why is it that y'all got to now break up because with these kids in play? I just don't understand that. And even to the gentleman in the video here, where he's talking about, it would affect it affect the situation if the father hates the mother? And it's like, once again, why would you be hating the mama? Like, so from my perspective, let's say you've been, laying up with this lady. She been, doing whatever she been doing with you. Y'all been doing whatever y'all doing. She doing all type of little tricks, whatever's going on. Taking care of kids, cooking, doing whatever she doing. And it's like, y'all, whatever happens, because this is always the gray area, whatever happens, and now y'all hate each other. And it's like, so y'all done laid up, had 2-3 kids together, and created a whole family, was living in the same house. You was protecting her from street thugs. She was cooking for you, rubbing your back, but now all of a sudden y'all hate each other. Like, I don't understand that. Yep, and I understand that breakups, can take a turn, right? I get that. Feelings get involved, emotions get involved, and all of that. But it's just like how we go from creating kids together to now we hate each other. Now I understand we may not be able to be together. Yep, something may have happened and we can't be together, or it's not in the best interest of somebody to be together. It may be, whatever. But how we get to the point where we hating each other to where now the kid is in the middle, essentially fighting for their life. Like, how do we get to that point? Yep, and why a lot of times is that the outcome? Why is it that we get together, we create the kids, and then we want to separate? Yeah, it's like we don't, like we miss that piece before we create the kids, because it just seems like a cycle or like a trend, and it's like I continue to see it. There's a guy and a woman together. They've together for years. They have some kids together. Now all of a sudden they can't get along, and then the excuse is always we grew apart. And it's just like, what? It's like, what are we doing out here? And it almost sometimes comes off like deliberate broken house creation. Like what are we doing out here? And I'm like, where's the concern for how it affects the kids? Like, I know we want to put ourselves in position, say, oh, what we like to say these days? Oh, I got to protect my peace and all this stuff. But it's like, where was your peace when you was, man, let me be quiet, man. Let me come back to the panel. I saw you come off mute, Vince. Did you want to say something real quick, man?
I'm gonna tell you what the problem is.
Go ahead.
And this about to hurt. That's because a lot of our kids are not being conceived out of commitment and love. They're being conceived out of sex. That's it. It's just sex. And then they get pregnant and, ooh, well, I done had 4 abortions, so I want to have no more. I'm going to keep this one. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't believe in abortion, so I'm going to keep this one. Oh, I'm 35 and I might can't have no more kids and I really don't care who the daddy is and I'm going to keep this one. Because I can't say the man's plight because he don't have no choice. So I can't understand. He don't have no choice in the matter. So it is whatever she wants to do. I know people say, well, it take two. Man don't have a choice. He really don't. He can say keep the child, and if she don't want it, she don't have to.
Right.
He can say not keep the child, and if she don't, So my thing is, that's the problem, Quay. I know so many in my home, but so many people together 4 months, popped up pregnant. Don't know his last name. Don't know his family. Don't know his history. Don't know his blood type. Don't even know if he graduated from high school. They just having sex. And that's all it is. We ain't even together for these years. Cash Out and Homeboy wasn't together that long.
That's true.
And then she picked one, got 4, and he got other kids.
Right.
And they picked, I think there's we've gotten to a point where men are option in families, and it's sad. I don't need no man. I don't need a man to help me to take care of my kids. I got it. But you knew what he would. And my thing is, if you open your eyes and pay attention, these people ain't Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They really not. People be like, oh, he changed. No, he didn't. No. You knew he was still messing around with his baby mama. You knew he had a certain feeling about that you made more money than him. And when you was on the red carpet, he was in the background. You knew he felt a certain way about that.
Yep, I agree.
Come on now. You just wanted some babies with some pretty hair.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, come on.
Man, you you hit that one right on right there, man. I can't even be mad at that one, man. I can't even be mad. Oh man, let me let me get some of these comments real quick, then I'm gonna come back to the panel. Let's see. Donovan said, let's say bitter baby mama syndrome. Yeah, you know what? I think there could be some of that wrapped up in there, Donovan. But I gotta side with Vince on this one. It feels like we're not even approaching it right. Because I said we seeing it too frequently. Yeah, but I continue to see relationship after relationship, marriage or non-married, getting together, having kids, and then all of a sudden they hate each other. They can't be together no more. And I'm just like, what just happened? Like I just looked at you on IG. You was talking about this. You so glad you found your person. Now you talking about you. It just don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And that's why I'm just like, what's really going on and what's really behind all of this? Because this continues to happen too much. And I continue to see it. See, Donovan also said there are a handful of women that are displeased with routine. They get bored easy. Okay. So I know there's some lack of patience up in there. Yep, I know that's wrapped up in there as well. So no, this is definitely a valid point. He also said kids equate to a badge of honor. You know, Donovan, you hitting them tonight, man. Because I'm once again, I think that's playing in there as well. You know, to Vince's point, it's like we're getting to a point where the man is like he ain't even valued or seen as needed in the situation after the child is created. And he's needed up until that point. You know, we looking for his resources and whatever. We looking for a sperm and all of that. But then after that, then it's like, oh, I don't need him at this point. I'm back out here single. What they say? I'm back out here. Well, I'm outside. And it's just like, well, what about the kids though? You're like, what about the kids? So it's just it's a lot. Let's see. Kenyatta said third-party players, mom, sisters, friends, etc. Yeah, you know, you got folks feeding folks things, and you know what I'm saying, and folks absorbing things, letting that affect their situation and what they got going on. So yeah, that's playing in there as well. Let me ask this question real quick to everybody. Drop a comment for me. Vince brought up a good point, and I'm curious. Everybody drop a comment and let me know. When is the last time you ran across somebody or came across somebody, or do you know somebody who actually wanted to have some kids together because they actually wanted to? So not just on no sex stuff, not just on no one night run through, not on no bust down. Like they actually got together, planned. I'm gonna even say planned, got married, then had kids. Like drop a comment. Yeah, let me know. When is the last time you've seen that, or do you know somebody in that situation who actually planned, when made their commitment, planned to have some children, then had the children after they was married? Let me drop a comment and let me know. Chloe, I saw you come off.
I mean, you just answered the question. Like, the only people that we know doing that are people who are married, people who are intentional. Those are the only people that I know. If I look at, you know, my circle and in my own little anecdotal, you know, evidence, it was always people who were intentional about the decisions that they made. They picked the person, they knew what they wanted in life. So yeah, kids were a part of that plan. That was the plan that they had made. Kids were part of it, right? They were actually trying to get pregnant. So like the only person I know right now, most recently, is Vince.
So he's shaking his head.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Like I said, this me and Remy's second and third time around, so it wasn't the first time. So you talking about the first time out the gate, or you talking about the gator right down the road?
Well, currently, you and your wife.
Yeah, so like I said, I'll loop you in, but yeah, I'm just really more speaking to the mindset and the process, right? So actually getting with the young lady or getting with the young man, making y'all commitment, getting married, then saying, okay, we're gonna have some kids, then having some kids and having y'all family. Like
I say out of all the friends, people I've known, 5%. And that's sad.
man.
I'm talking about no outside kids. I'm talking about they met, no kids, got married, didn't live together. They wasn't pregnant on the wedding day. It's about 5%.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I
even
was
and
go
even
ahead.
in my own instance, I was 45. I wasn't 24. I had an ex-wife, 4 engagements. You know, I righted my shit, but I was like the Titanic. I was going down, brother. I righted the ship at 45, so I don't know if you can count me.
Hey man, I ain't mad at you, man. Yeah, no, I just was more speaking to the mindset and just like I said, just trying to get to the root of the issue. Because I know we're doing things different these days, right? But then we experiencing some wild outcomes. Yeah, we're experiencing some wild outcomes, and then like I said, the kids are caught in the middle. Yeah, but now just based on the video, the gentleman is talking about the fact that that he cares about these kids, but that's going to be affected by how he feels about the mama. And I'm just like, that shouldn't even be in play, because it's like, how you get to just hating the mama like that? Like, it's a lot going on, but I know we got to keep going with it. Mr. Research, I saw you come off. You want to say something, man?
Yeah, so I'll say something a little bit different. I think I really blame the dudes, but I'll start off with the lady.
Right.
A lot of ladies are used to controlling some of these dudes
Right.
because some of these dudes put themselves in the eye set of I'll do anything for the sex, Larry. Hey, lady, I'm letting you know I'll do anything for the sex. I don't want to trick off no money. I don't want to go to a brothel. I don't want my friends to tease me. So even though I know that's my nature, I'm telling you, girl, I'll do anything for the box. I'll lie. I'll put up a front. I'll introduce you to an actor winning performer. Anything. So I ain't got to pay no money and I can get access to sex. Imagine if he was the type of dude that was like, you know what? I know I got a sexual appetite. Why don't I just go here where the orgies are and just pay 400 and just have sex all night? Why don't I just go get on websites that deal with nothing but women who like what I like? No, he doesn't want to do that. Now I'm gonna drag the dude. The dudes, not all. Dudes are just childish. Dude, dudes, dudes gotta understand who they are. Hey, look, I was trained by my mama or my religion to do something a certain way. I don't even know why I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because somebody told me I need to be married by 28. Somebody told me I need to have a kid by 24 or 34. I'm not even doing this necessarily on my own. I'm pre-programmed based on my culture or my surrounding. I asked a lot of dudes, why did you make that particular move? I don't know, man. What you mean you don't know? What you mean? You know how to fight? You know how to shoot? What do you mean you don't know how to protect your interests? Well, these women, no, sir. It ain't no these women. You could have flew a girl out from Arizona. You could have drove down to the happy ending spot. You could have did a lot of things. Yeah, but I don't like that. I like this and I. So if you like that, why are you blaming her now? And I'm gonna end by going back to her. Ladies have been controlling some of these dudes for so long. They don't even understand what they really want in these dudes. He makes her laugh. He's fun. He does what you tell him to do. That's why you with him. The sex is good and he does what you tell him to do. But now it's 5 months later, 5 years later. Now you looking at, I don't even like this dude like that. Ugh. And you a dude. You looking at like, I done hit this about 14 times. I done hit this about 14 times. I don't even like this one. Ugh. But guess what? Both of y'all over 24, over 34. Why didn't you think about that at first? Sorry, I got one more. For all you religious people, aren't the ladies in your Bible, aren't some of them older than some of the male characters in the Bible? Aren't some of the aren't some of the married women in the Bible with husbands who are either very established or much older? But we don't want to follow the Bible. Only we want to follow it to a certain degree, because I should be able to get that out of a 24-year-old. Huh? I should be able to get that out of a 28-year-old. How? He's not even established yet. Yeah, but he makes me laugh. And I land.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, no, you got some valid points right there. Yeah, I just like I said, I want to understand it, because I said I don't think we're considering that the kids are caught in the middle of it. And to me, like I said, it still just doesn't make sense that it happens that fast. Yeah, you can spend all this time with somebody and all of a sudden you hate them. I'm just like, what changed? Yeah, what changed? How you get to that point that quick? But you wasn't there when y'all was just doing your thing the other day. Like how that worked. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there. I got a couple videos to get through. Because yeah, they came in. So we're gonna go to the second one and see what y'all say on this one.
Together, let no man tear apart. Well, sometimes God didn't bring that marriage together. Your codependency did. Sometimes your lack of discernment did. Sometimes those things that you didn't heal in your childhood did. Sometimes that person being a pretender did. Sometimes God didn't have nothing to do with it. And the sad part about in 2024 is just because you married don't mean you got a husband in spirit. Don't mean you got a wife in spirit. This is a spirit. This is a type of person that we have. But we've been taught so much. Marriage, that we think that is the goal. It is the starting point. It is the starting point. And oftentimes, because we put that on a pedestal, we want the husband more than we want the spirit. And so we look for that title. And we look for that validation from our friends and family. We want that wedding. We want that white picket fence. We want the idea. But we forgot that we need the qualified person. And I'm going to just say it. Till death do us part with the right person sounds like a beautiful blessing. But till death do us part with the wrong person sounds like a prison.
All right. Uh-oh. Go ahead, Chloe. Go ahead.
So I can't stand when people who are not quote unquote religious, people who are not married, have so much to say. Like, this is why, and she's sitting up there crying, like he just dropped some old, just some deep philosophical bomb on her, when all it was a bunch of word vomit, literally. So God might not have put you guys together. He may not have. That's the only valid thing he said. He may not have brought y'all together. It may have been any of the number of things that he said that brought y'all together. But once you make a commitment to somebody, God honors it. It's still a covenant. It's still a covenant that you made. So when you stand before God and you promise to love this man or this woman, maybe he didn't bring y'all together, but you entered into that agreement with a sound mind. So he will honor that commitment. Now that you have made it, he expects you to keep it. That's why he says, let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. If you agree to marry somebody, even if he ain't the one who orchestrated that marriage, he is going to. So that absolutely is your husband in the spiritual realm. That absolutely is your wife in the spiritual realm, because you just made a blood covenant with that individual. Stop letting people get up on here who aren't any of the things that they are talking about, tell you a bunch of bull and I don't curse, but I'm just gonna say it right now. That was some BS. And women, you are letting these people speak over you. You are literally letting these people prophesy over you. And they are not qualified. I'll land.
You gonna leave it right there. Go ahead, Vince.
I came at it a little bit different than what Chloe is saying.
Go ahead.
And I understand Chloe's points, but this generation wasn't raised like we was. They don't have no commitment to nothing. That's why they can go to a job, quit the very next day. They don't have those commitments. So I came from a situation where he was kind of right on some things, because we were, and I know you guys are a little bit younger than me, but I could kind of tell how you were raised, because you forgot I'm coaching. So I understand the commitment, the religious and the spiritual, but this generation don't have none of that. All they got is, if it's working for me now. So my thing is, you better set them cards up right.
That's the
because
problem.
If you set them up wrong, they're not staying. They're not staying if it's a hangnail, Chloe. So you think they're gonna stay when it's alcoholism or depression, or a husband lose their job, or the wife gain 100 pounds and she don't want to do what she used to do? That's a different kind of commitment than what we had. Our grandparents slept in different bedrooms, and they wasn't getting divorced though. I talked to my grandparents. They were like, it was years that went by and they was in the valley. Years. My in-laws, years. It wasn't no 6 months, a couple weeks, I'm unhappy. I'm talking about years. So I understand what you're saying, but then I also believe that, and I can honestly say from my own experience of not really setting something up right, really having the understanding of what I was supposed to do and what she was supposed to do. I think I got that point more than, because I see so many people, I want this partner, I want this person I can build a business with. But you don't have a spirit of a husband with you. You don't have someone that wants to take care of you, that wants to lead you, that wants to provide for you, that wants to be your covering. And we don't want a wife. We just want somebody to help us pay our bills, give us some kids. You see what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying. And I just, I pick and choose, because I don't agree with 100% of what anybody say. Kevin Samuels, TD Jakes, this dude on whatever else. But I thought it was important for this generation.
So I guess when I speak, I get it. There's what this generation, and you're right about that. But that's why I think this generation is experiencing, and really this is not this. Let me just back up. The issues that we're seeing have been a culmination of things from generation to generation, right? Basically, our bad choices, our bad behaviors, our bad habits are now coming to a head. Like, we've reached the climax of these things. We've been doing this for generations. This is not obviously the first generation. It's just that it's gotten worse. And I think the reason why I always come from a spiritual perspective, even though I know people don't, everyone's not religious, everybody doesn't believe in God, whatever. But just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it's not true. So there are a lot of people walking around right now, and I get it. You're not happy, she gained weight, whatever your reasons are. Just like he honored that covenant you made, he's not going to honor your separation. In God's eyes, you are still married. Because if it wasn't biblical, baby, you still got a covenant. And then you're leaving marriages and you're wondering why things aren't working out for you. These women, this whatever percentage of women who are filing for divorce, they're going out back in the streets and they're trying to figure out, why won't nobody date them? It's like, ma'am, you're out of order. You didn't have a real reason why you left that man, but you think that you're going to leave and go out and then God's going to bless some other union with you? You got unfinished business. So yeah, I get it. Okay, this generation don't want to do this. They don't want whatever. Just know that every decision, every choice you make it has a consequence spiritually and physically. You cannot believe it all you want. Don't believe it. But then you'll always be trying to figure out why it's off, why it's not working, why it's not blessed, why you seem to keep having a problem, why everybody around you is advanced and you haven't, why you can't progress, why you keep having miscarriages. What's wrong with you? It's like people have to understand that this is real. It's very real. So you don't have to believe it, but that doesn't make it untrue. So when I speak, that's why I come from that angle, because a lot of people are confused, right? Because just what you said, this generation, fickle, double-minded, all of the things that that the book that people don't believe in, all of the things that the book says people were going to be in this generation. All of it. And then they wonder why it's not working out. So yeah, I get it. I mean, I understand, and you're right. But if you want to know why that's happening to you, and if you want to know how to fix it, first get back in order, get back in line, get back in alignment, and then maybe, things will start to work out for you. Otherwise, I mean, here we are.
Yeah, no, that's real right there. Appreciate that right there. Me come to y'all. I go to you, Mr. Research. Then I'm gonna say a couple things. Go ahead, Mr. Research.
So I'll make it quick. I kind of understand what Vince is talking about. It's like we're in a day and time. My girlfriend said something to me about why you don't say you love me and so on and so. I said, first of all, we're brand new, all right, and I want to be very sincere when I say what I say. I said, let me also say this. I have a lot of peace. When I get with someone, I don't want the person to put the peace into question. I just don't. So you got a lot of ladies who got the Tia Mowry spirit. They just feel like they can back up or leave or whatever whenever they want to. It takes a lot to love these ladies. It takes a lot of male analyzation to really love these ladies. There's a lady walking with a brother right now. She just out here twerking in public, just for no apparent reason. Just it's just stuff like that, man. It's like, for what?
Oh, come
Why?
on.
and I think that sometimes when you're dealing with certain ladies, you're dealing with a demographic of human beings that don't know how it is for the guy. Don't just kind of take a lot of stuff for granted. And then again, to Mr. Vince's point, you sit up here and bail out for what? You Tia Mowry out of this joint for what? And I'm gonna end by saying this here as it relates to the video. My mother, one point in time when I was 29, my mother she spoke against my relationship. And I said, Mom, don't weaponize your religion. Your religion is supposed to be for you, but don't weaponize it upon me. And she said, well, I feel this other person is meant to be your wife, and this person at my church, and da-da-da-da-da. So one day I flew out there to California, and I saw this person from a distance. This was a person older than me by 8 years, had some teeth problems. And I said to my mother, hey, have you spoken with her about your vision? Have you? No, I haven't said. Mom, does she even know your name? No, no. But the Lord, I said, Mom, y- even when you're spiritual, you got to do the natural work also.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're just going off of how you feel. I mean, where have you taken this lady to dinner? Have you sat down and investigated? Have you? And this is the problem with a lot of this stuff. People don't want to do the natural work. So it takes a lot for us guys to be sincere, to be constantly in love, year 13, year 20, year 25. But if you're dealing with a peacock type of lady who is more interested in her feathers and where she's picking worms today, then I just wish women were more sincere in how they do these couplings. That's all. Let me be quiet. Pass the mic.
I feel that, and I appreciate that right there. Yeah, just oh, did we lose Mr. Research? Oh, he might pop back up. So just a couple observations from the video that I got a slightly different opinion. So and shout out to that's Ace Metaphor. So I think that's tonight's conversation. Shout out to them. So definitely go check them out on all social media platforms. They drop some good content, good conversations. He made a point where he said just because you're married essentially doesn't mean that that's it. So that's not the end. And I take issue with that because I hear people use that a lot. Now I'm starting to see in some of these conversations people weaponizing marriage as if marriage is not the solution, right? Yeah, I've been hearing people do that recently. You know, I've seen a conversation today where this lady was talking about she was married and what she do for her husband, and then the ladies was in the comments talking about, well, yeah, sis, but he's still gonna cheat. Almost as if marriage doesn't remedy any of these issues. And what I would say to that is, for everybody who is saying that out here, y'all need to stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Yep, at the end of the day, the marriage is based on the work that you put into the marriage. That's what's going to remedy. But see, we want to try to discredit marriage because at the end of the day, a lot of folks ain't figured out how to be in one. Yeah, but that's where the problem comes in. They want to weaponize this word as if it's not the end all be all, but they're only saying that because they haven't figured out how to be in one successfully. Yeah, and I know for me personally, I'm getting tired of hearing that because it's like at the end of the day, go do your work and get yourself together. Yep, go find your person, get your marriage popping, then come back and talk to me. But until you do that, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, because it's a lot of unmarried folks out here talking this stuff. And it's like, you can't even vouch. It's not even on your resume. So how you know? So yeah, I had to point that out. I've been seeing that a lot lately. Like I said, AC, he said it in this video, and it's like I ain't with it. Yeah, we got to stop with that cap, and we got to stop trying to weaponize marriage under the guise of you not holding your commitment and handling your business. Yeah, that's what broke the marriage down. It wasn't the marriage. It was you not doing your part. So yeah, we got to be honest about that thing and quit playing. Yeah, I've been seeing that, and I had to call that out. The second thing that he said that I slightly disagree with is marriage is the starting point. I disagree with that. Yeah, but you being the right person is the starting point. Yeah, see, once again, we got to stop weaponizing marriage. Yep, a statement like that, marriage is the starting point. See, that's giving you a pass. Yeah, that's telling you subconsciously or unconsciously that you can do whatever the heck you want to do prior. And that's not how that works. See, I talk about this all the time. I talk about preparation. See, this is something that we suffering from out here. It's like we don't want to do any preparation when it comes to these relationships. We definitely don't seem like we want to do no preparation to enter into a marriage. Yeah, so no, I don't agree that marriage is the starting point. Yeah, the starting point is you getting yourself together and preparing yourself to be married. That's the starting point. Then you can go into your marriage, build in your marriage, grow in your marriage, and make your marriage successful. So yeah, let me just go and throw that out there. the last thing I want to touch, and then I'm gonna be done with Ace in this video right here, is he made a point and said that we are looking for the qualified person, or we need the qualified person. I disagree with that as well. Yeah, from my perspective, what we should be doing is making sure we are the qualified person. See, once again, it's taking all the accountability off of us and saying that we're looking for this other person to be correct. But at no point are you talking about how you got yourself correct or how you prepared yourself correctly so that you was the qualified person for this other qualified person. Yeah, see, at the end of the day, we got to remember something. Yep, sometimes you may not get what you think you deserve or what you think you want because you ain't ready for it. Yeah, somehow we just want to take the spotlight up off of us, like we all together, like we ready. And then wondering why, as we like to say, somebody ain't been sent my way. Well, they're not gonna get sent your way because maybe that person who's doing the sending ain't about to let you mess that other person up. Yeah, but see, we don't want to have that conversation. And we just want to throw it on the other person. Well, I'm looking for this qualified person. Or like we like to say, I'm looking for this God-fearing man. But it's like, sis, do you even fear God? Yeah, so I know this video, it is what it is. But it's a lot of things in this video that I had to just call out. Because I'm like, this is some of the stuff that we feeding people out here. And it's somewhat inaccurate information. And that's why I say I know it comes from people that ain't married. If they haven't been down that road, they ain't walked that path, they ain't did that preparation work, and I can hear it in how they talking and what they're saying. Yeah, so at the end of the day, this will be my I call it my gem from this video. Yeah, be very mindful of who you are taking your advice from, or your mentorship, if you will. Be very mindful of that. You take your information from folks who have achieved or folks who advocate what they live. Yep, if they talking about marriage and this and that, see if they've been married or if they successfully married now. But yeah, just be very mindful of who you taking your information from. Because I said, I know this stuff sounds good. I know this stuff sells out arenas. I know it sells tickets. The young lady in the video, she up there crying. I know it make people emotional. But is it really what you need to hear? And I was very specific with that. Is it really what you need to hear? Not what you want to hear. But is it really what you need to hear? Go ahead, Vince. It's on you, man.
I got a couple different views on that, Quay. As far as the starting point thing,
go ahead.
I think that marriage is the start of your union together, and some people feel like if I get married, it'll fix things. Some people be together for years. Well, if I get married, he'll change. If I get married, he'll act like a husband. If I get married, she'll start cooking. If I get married, she'll do the right thing. No, that's the starting point of you of your race. Now, I understand with you is you do have to train properly. If you want to run a marathon, then you do have to train properly and make sure you have the endurance and have the strength to run the race. But then you got to get on that line and start the race. So I kind of think that's where I was kind of going with that. And then the other thing that you said about I'm sorry, I'm having a brain freeze here about the qualified person.
Right.
I come from that as a businessman. You do have to have a resume. And I think the problem is people are not asking the real questions. So they don't know if they got the qualified person. It's not necessarily that I'm not the qualified person, but I want to see if you're the qualified person for me. Tell me how you view kids. Tell me how you view marriage. Tell me if you know the type of husband you want. Tell me the type of wife you want. And tell me what type of husband you want to be and the wife you want to be. See, people are not having those conversations, Quay. People ain't asking, okay, if you got kids, can you discipline my kids? Or is it, well, my kids is my kids and you can't say nothing to them? Or, well, some stuff is just off limits. No, I need to know that. I need to know if you feel like your money is your money. I know if you need, you know what I'm saying? So the qualified person, to me, was asking the real questions to make sure this is the person for you. Because I do believe that you do have to have the person that's qualified for you. Because I know I'm a piece of work. And it takes a special woman to deal with me, to understand my little quirks and how I think, and because I don't think like most people. I don't. I'm all about the results. I don't care about no feelings and what you think. Give me the paper. Let me know the results. I don't talk about I don't ask people who broke how to get money. I don't ask people who ain't married about marriage. I don't ask people who have successful kids about unsuccessful kids. I don't want to hear it. So I'm a very black and white kind of guy. So I think that's kind of the thing that he was kind of saying, that you need to really ask the deep questions. See, we all surface. Oh, well, he funny. Oh, well, he's sexy. Oh, well, she got a big booty. Oh, well, what that got to do with marriage? What any of that got to do with marriage? The long game. So I kind of got a little different, but they do a lot of simping on Ace. I get it. They do a lot of simping and pandering.
Bruh. Yeah, you know they do. Got to sell them tickets, man. Go ahead, Chloe. I know you want to say something.
Well, I mean, to piggyback real quick on what you and Vince are saying, I really think y'all kind of saying the same thing, just talking about different aspects of the process. I feel like y'all saying similar things. I think that if that person has done the prep work, Vince, then they'll be able to, first of all, they will know how to ask the right questions and the right questions to ask. I think that's the point. Once they've done that prep, then they already know who they need to be looking for. But I think that's the part that's missing. The people they aren't where they need to be, so they don't know what they don't know what to look for. And I think I feel like what you guys are saying, basically put those together, and then you have the right mindset that you need to go into in order to set yourself up for success, right? Because marriage is the first step in your union, but really in your courtship, a lot of these questions, a lot of these things should have already been addressed, so that when you get married, you don't have to run into these hiccups in your marriage, right? So yes, obviously it's the beginning of your union, but you shouldn't just be getting to know this person when you marry this person. Like, you should already know who this person is. Obviously, you're not going to know every single detail, but you should really know who this person is before you marry them, and they should know who you are. But on his point, and this is the last point I'll make on the video, on his point about idolizing marriage, right? He is right to a certain degree. Some people have put marriage on a pedestal, right? And I think we have to have a healthy view of marriage. In my mind, marriage is the thing for society. It's the thing for men and women to prosper. And I think that if that wasn't true, then why would God have ordained it from day one? Mm-hmm. He knew that we would be better versions of ourselves, more productive, and all of those things if we were together in a partnership, right? He knew that. That's why he said it is not good for man to be alone. It is not. So let me make this person a mate, a help mate. That's what I'm going to do. So I do believe that this is why some people look at marriage as the goal, right? Because they're like, this is how I need to get where I'm trying to go. This needs to be a part of that process. Now, we know that while that being said, not everyone's going to be married. And we don't need anybody feeling like they're less than because that's their plot, right, in life. We don't need anybody feeling like that. But at the same time, I don't see these people talking about, well, you know, marriage, we idolize marriage, this, that, and the third. I don't even see them being successfully single.
That's real.
How you gonna talk about marriage and you're not even successfully single?
That's real.
You can't even date right. So, I mean, I'll just land once again. I agree with Quay. You know, y'all just be careful about who you're taking information from.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be important out here. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be important. All right, let me slide us into another one. I want to make sure we get through all of these before this night is out. So, video number 3.
You scroll. But you got no time. This right here is exactly what men are looking for. So when men say that they want a traditional woman, they don't want to pay for a traditional woman. They want a traditional woman who's also going to get her ass up, go to work, bust her ass, and then come home and wait on him hand and foot, who's also going to cook dinner. And if you think I'm lying, I went through the comment section. Yes, I took my nosy ass down in the comment section and read a lot of the comments. And of course, all of the men in the comment section are acting exactly how you think they would act. Oh, see, this is a good woman right here. This is how you keep a man. All y'all women in the comments is mad, and that's why y'all don't got no man. Not recognizing that this type of activity leads to extreme burnout. And when I tell you the burnout that you eventually experience from it is so bad, you just might end up in a fucking mental hospital. I have pissed the internet off, specifically the women. The women are very triggered. So recently I've been posting some videos of me cooking for myself and my husband after my full-time job. And the comments under that video are diabolical. First of all, I didn't know it was a crime to cook for someone you love in 2024. Didn't know that. Secondly, this is a choice. I cook if I want and I don't if I don't want to. My husband doesn't make me or require me to do anything. I'm not some abused and oppressed woman. I honestly cook like 75% of the week. It's really not that big of a deal. I get home before my husband does. I'm here usually an hour and a half to 2 hours before he does. You think I'm gonna sit around until he gets home so he can cook? Absolutely not. I care enough about my husband to think, you know what? He probably is hungry and would like to eat when he gets home. I'm selfless enough to sacrifice a little bit of my time and energy for someone that I love. But y'all probably have not experienced that. And when my husband comes home from work, I want to spend quality time with him, not go tit for tat like I cooked last night, it's your turn to cook. Like, who's keeping tally that way? Some of y'all's comments are just really rude and really mean. Like when I posted that video, or just posting on social media, like in general, you will get negative comments. But when y'all are calling me out my name, and that's when it's kind of like, okay, you have bigger problems than the problem that you think that I have. This man gives me this feeling that I want to do anything for him, and cooking is just one of those things where it's like I can translate my love to him. And another thing, I did throw away that sour cream because I finished it. Like, relax. A lot of y'all are quick to judge my cooking. Look, I am not the best cook, like, at all. I don't have too much time to learn new recipes, but I try. Like, best believe that me and my husband are gonna have a homemade meal at least a few times a week. So yeah, I'm still gonna keep posting those videos because I also saw some very positive comments and girls like, yeah, same. I work full time and I still take care of my household. And there's some people out there that can relate. So
Okay. So we got another video. The young lady said she was throwing them little mashed potatoes together. You know, I wasn't mad. You know, she could have I don't know. She could throw a little Lawry's up on that chicken breast, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, but I ain't mad at her.
Y'all so good. My man.
That's what she said. That's what she said. All right. Well, y'all saw the video. Let me know what y'all thinking. I see Chloe, you off mute already. What you thinking on that video? Come on with it. What you thinking?
I just don't. You tell me you're single without telling me you're single. Like, I mean, there's married women in the comment section. There's, you know, like, this is just what we do. Like, it's literally what you do. I don't understand what's so complicated about this. Like, I don't get it. Like, women, we do this. We go to work and we come home and we understand that this is what's crazy. Our first job is really our family. Our first priority is really our family. That's our first priority. So it's kind of crazy that you think that because you worked, now you come home and when it's your family time and you need to do something for them, oh, it's burnout. I'm going to get burned out. So we're not going to talk about the burnout that happens at your job when your boss, who doesn't care jack about you, is bossing you around all day, giving you projects, telling you he needs them done by yesterday. But when your husband just would like a meal, you're worried about being burned out by that. And then y'all wonder why y'all not married. Like, your first job is your family. That's your ministry. That's your priority. I'm not saying that you can't work outside the home. I've done it. I get it. But to worry about burnout when it comes to the most precious thing in your life, but not worry about the burnout for the job that will replace you in 5 seconds is crazy work. And like she said, like, what we don't see is what he does when he comes home. Like, she was like, he makes her feel, you know, he takes care of her and loves her, makes her feel good. Like, so we don't know what this man does when he get home. He's not making videos about it. He still has to make sure whatever that home that she came in and closed the door and took her, he's got to make sure that thing don't fall down on them. If they got a house, they got a lawn. He got to make sure it's cut. So I think it's kind of crazy, like how we go right there. We go right to this is slavery. Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, we sure do. We shoot off right down that line. Let me get some of these comments and I'll come back to the panel. So Donovan says, so can a man experience burnout, creating a soft life for an inconsiderate, back-talking stank? Hey, Donovan, who you talking about, man?
Not too
Wait a minute, man. A back-talking, stank attitude trophy. What? Hey, Donovan. No, you know what, Donovan? This is a valid point, man. To Chloe's point, the fellas, we not making no video. Yeah, that's the difference. We not making no video. Yeah, to your question, can a man experience burnout? Yes. Men experience burnout all the time. But they suck it up and get back to work. Because at the end of the day, their family still got to eat. Somebody still got to buy them chicken breasts that old girl was seasoning up. Yeah, somebody got to pay them bills so she can cook that meal and do what she do. So guys just ain't making video about it. They might be on the patio having a drink, trying to wind down for a minute, but they know they got to get right back to it the next day. So that's the difference. So no, guys definitely do experience burnout. But to your other question or your other point, creating a soft life for the inconsiderate, I think that's the problem. Yeah, for the ladies out here who do have a good dude who's taking care of his business or looking for a dude who's taking care of his business, those are two things that's going to hurt you every time when it comes to those men: being inconsiderate and unappreciative. Yeah, them the last two things you want to do. If this guy's going out here handling his business and taking care of his family, them the last two things. Let me add in one more and be disrespectful. Them the last three things that you want to do when it comes to that guy. Because trust and believe, yeah, you be on your way to that thing breaking apart. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Appreciate this comment right here, Donovan. The shout out to Monique Bennett holding us down on YouTube. She said, this is a great channel. May your viewers grow. Appreciate that right there, Monique. She said, hey, Hink, I enjoy hearing your perspective on other platforms. Yeah, shout out to my guy Hink down in the comments on you from YouTube. Hink in the Basement. Definitely check him out on YouTube. Hink in the Basement. All right, cool. Let's see. Donovan said the husband serves his wife. Let's see. This husband serves his wife with provision, but I keep hearing the ladies want provision without reciprocity. That's true. Hold on, I got somebody else. Is that Vince? Give me 1 sec, Vince. Let me get through these comments and I'll come back to you, man. Let's see, but I keep hearing the ladies want provision. Okay, hold on 1 sec. I got you. I'll pull it off in a sec. I appreciate that comment, Donovan. Let's see. Kenyatta says so women are not supposed to cook anymore. You know what, Kenyatta? That's how it's seen. No, you know what? That's not how it's seen. So let me clarify. It seems like ladies today, it's like they got a problem cooking for men. It's like they'll sit there and cook for themselves all day long. They cook for them and their kids and all of that. But if a man come along and he's paying, I'll just give a scenario. Man come along, he paying half the bills and whatever. Then it's like she don't want to. I keep seeing this general thing. And I said, I know it's not all women, but I keep seeing this general thing that's like they don't want to cook for a man. And I'm not sure what that is because I'm like, we still expect that man to, change that tire that's not his. We still expect that man to, pay for things that he ain't going to be utilizing. It's going to be purely for, for his lady or for his wife. But then when it comes to this cooking, and it's always, and it's weird, it's always the same two things, cooking and cleaning. Yeah, this cooking and cleaning. And it's like all of a sudden we cooking and cleaning all day now, but then a man come along, then it's like, no, I don't want to do that. So it's the weirdest thing ever. It's like Chloe said, we want to compare it to slavery. Let me come to Vince. Go ahead, Vince.
Because cooking and cleaning is an act of servitude. And a woman don't feel like they want to serve their husbands. That's what it is. Told you I had an issue with my own mother, and I've told this story before. My daughter was making me a plate and giving me a plate, and my mother told her, don't be making no man's plates. And I had to check my mama on that shit. And I said it just like that. If anybody plate she should be making is mine. Because I take care of her 100%.
Yeah.
The issue that we have is that she find the right man to make the plate for. That's what we need to be working on. Well, I don't want her to feel like she got to do this. And it's crazy because I could call my mother on a Tuesday and tell her, hey, Ma, why don't you make me some cube steaks and hash brown? Because my mother can make a good cube steak and hash brown. She'll make it, have it hot for me after I got off work. I would come over her house. I said, well, why you can do that for me, but she can't do that for me? And she couldn't explain it because this whole servitude and independent stuff is so deep with our black women. Then most of these women got kids, and my thing is, one piece of chicken is that big of a difference? A couple draws is that big of a difference? You cooking for them, you cleaning for them, but you can serve your kids, but you can't serve your husband.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's wild right there, man. That's a valid points. Let me get some more of these comments. Let's see. Eva Wright said, let's see, is the curling iron on? But anyway, she can do whatever she wants for her husband. No doubt. No doubt. And that's how I know we in a bad place. Yep, I see some of these comments under videos like that, and ladies be going ham. Like they be mad at her for wanting to do for her husband. Like it gets wild in these comments. It definitely gets wild in these comments. Let's see. Kenyatta said, "I'm quite sure her job is nowhere as stressful as his." Yeah. Well, we know about that, Kenyatta. We never had that conversation though. But yeah, I'm sure there's a difference. I'm sure there's a difference. Let's see. Eva Wright says stuff they have to do regardless. No, facts. Yeah, like Vince said, what's the extra piece of chicken? Like, are we really doing all this? Especially when we talking about a husband? Like, is this what we doing? Yeah, it's wild out here. Let's see. Eva Wright also said, whatever happened to a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That's a great question.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Sexy Red happened. They think they can twerk that big booty in somebody's face and get him a husband. That's what it is. That's why you see these old 45-year-old bras with all these BBLs and got their booty and still single as a dollar bill. That's what happened. The old women stopped teaching the real values.
There it is.
Sexy Red happened.
There it is.
I told everybody on the day that Maya Angelou died, women changed.
You say you took it back there. Oh man. I see y'all letting it loose tonight. Let's see. Donovan said, Vince, that's your mother. Let's see, you're her son. Can't nobody do it better than mama. Okay, there it is. There it is. Oh man, y'all wild right here. Y'all wild right here. Everybody watching us right now, do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Everybody watching us right now. We got a chunk of folks watching right now, YouTube and Facebook. Everybody do me a favor, hit that like button. Likes are free. Hit that like button for us. Get those likes up for us. All right. Let's see. Mr. Research, you want to say anything? I got one more video after this, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. Before I hit this bridge, because I'm going to lose connection. I thought the Proverbs woman, I ain't read the Bible in a long time, but I thought the Proverbs woman was selling her wares and stuff at the market and was highly respected. Wasn't she doing her own business? And she still, I thought Zipporah was tending the sheep and making sure they didn't roam away when Moses was doing this thing. He was gone for a while. King Xerxes' wife, she was meeting with people and making sure they was on point and doing stuff in his state. I don't think I can name one African queen that didn't pour her husband wine and make sure that the servants were Pharaoh's wife. All of them, I think they was handling Pharaoh's business while Pharaoh was away. So where did this Gone? I know where it happened. Gone with the Wind. The movie Gone with the Wind. So some of these women got to see Scarlett just whine at 22 years old and get taken care of by Bo. And Bo, you remember that? Frankly, I don't give a. You remember that movie? I think a lot of these women are trying to take that Gone with the Wind mansion plantation mentality. Like, oh my God, I don't know what happened to my handkerchief. Just I'm gonna sit around and have somebody bring me lemonade. But if I understand people in the religion worked and still poured wine and washed clothes, your African queens still went out there as warriors, but still did delicate things. I just don't know where these examples are coming from that these new wave 1990 women are talking about. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that, man. I think it's just like I said, I'm starting to feel like it's just excuses. Yeah, but I'm starting to feel like folks just don't want to do the work. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you have to do some work to get your person. Yeah, and I think a lot of folks, they just don't want to do the work. Let's say we've taken on this lazy mentality. We've taken on this accept me as I am mentality, and that's not going to yield you the results. Yeah, but ain't nowhere in your life where that worked. None of these careers, none of this education, none of this money, ain't nowhere in your life where that worked, where you could just sit back and just continue on as you was doing and stuff just start. That don't ain't never work like that. You got to put some work in. You got to market yourself. You got to get your body together. Got to get your mind right. For some folks, you got to get your mouth right. Yeah, that attitude, like you got to do some work. But yeah, folks have just taken on this this microwave. I gotta have it. You just gonna show up. I ain't gotta do nothing. And that ain't how it worked. It never has worked that way. Well, man, let me get this comment, and then we're going to this last one. Let's see. Eva Wright said exactly excuses and laziness. Yeah, no, that's all I see. Yeah, that's all I see right there. It's just a lot of excuses and being lazy. And I said that's just not going to yield you the results that you want. Yeah, it's not. All right, I got one last one. I had to do it because whenever I get content that I think is very positive for the culture, I have to highlight the content. So we actually got a balloon pop reunion, if you will, or update show that came my way. So yeah, I gotta play this because it's a direct connection to the title of this conversation of what is it worth to you. So let me run this last one.
Back to my channel. It's your host Arlette, and we are here today with Kay and Mike. Welcome, guys. How are we feeling? Good. Thank you for having us. Of course. So we had the both of you on episode 12 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you ended up matching. Perfect. So is it a yes for you for her?
So yes.
Okay. And is it a yes for you for him? Yes. Okay, we got a match. I'll go ahead and take this mic and you guys can go on off. Oh, everybody holding hands.
I went through a lot. I went through a lot of dark, I spent a lot of time in the dark, just trying to put the pieces back together from that. So the book is a big dedication that he was my best friend, literally. So there was a void there that I feel like, was missing. So I just had to do the work, and I feel like God puts people in your life for a reason when you need them the most, right? So I prayed, I set the intentions, and, on the show I said that I know what the truth is, right? And the truth is that God is love, right? And it's about loving yourself first, loving the people that he puts into your life and the people around you. And, when you know the truth, you know that God is speaking to you, and you have to kind of just follow his lead and not wait for certain things. So, sometimes, things from the outside may look like, you're moving fast, but when a man knows, he kind of knows, like, so I know for a fact that Kay was put into my life for a reason. I know that there's nobody else like you. You are an amazing friend. You are genuine. You only can pretend to be somebody for so long. But the truth eventually comes out, and you have been consistent. You have been kind. You have been sweet. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I don't feel like I'm rushing. I feel like it's natural. So, honestly. Whoa.
Are you serious? Oh.
Nicole, I love you deeply, man. And we are moving at our own pace, regardless of anybody else's opinion. You are a special woman, man. And when a man knows, he knows. And I believe from the bottom of my heart that you are my person, my best friend, the person I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with, and just have a good time, man. We just enjoy this ride together, man. So will you do me the honor and be my wife?
Yes! Of course! Oh my God! Yo, I'm crying! Oh my God! Oh my God! Yo, I'm literally crying. Oh. Oh, sweet. Y'all. Oh, baby.
Congratulations.
Sweating. Oh, my God. Girl, let me see. Let me see. Oh, my God. I'm like shaking. Oh, my God. That's so pretty. Oh, my God. I feel the girl's hot. Oh, my gosh. Oh, he's going full on it. Oh, let me get out of this shot. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love you so much. Give me a tissue.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I do want to ask you, Mike, what made you decide that she was the one?
So without just saying, oh, when you know,
Yeah.
but it kind of is that, because when you know, you just know. Like, she checks all my she checks all my boxes, so to speak. And she's just a great person, a great friend, just a great teammate, somebody I could just have a conversation with and feel like, I just know, like, this is someone I'm meant to really spend a lot of time with, spend the rest of my life with. And we're supposed to just do our thing, man. So when you know, you know.
And I know that it seems like it's very fast. How do you know that you were sure about this decision?
So this proposal, you're saying the culmination of work already done, right? I was doing work on myself to become the highest version of myself. And I felt when I met Kay, she was also doing the same work. So when we met, it just seemed like perfect timing. So when we met, it seemed like perfect timing. And it's not about days on the calendar or time passing. It's about, spiritual time spent, like really convening with God and really trying to get in tune and really tap in and, just following his pace and making sure you're aligned with that. And like I said, it doesn't feel like pressure. It doesn't feel rushed. It feels natural. Like I'm a deep thinker, so I do take my time with things, and I'm not just rushing in. I'm not an emotional person like that. So this is a decision I've made that I know for sure is something that I'm supposed to do. So.
Well, I mean, we are absolutely thrilled with that.
All right. So shout out to Pop Balloon and Fine Love. Definitely check that out. I'm sure you guys have seen the show. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this was something that I never expected to see from the show. I never expected to see it because of some of the clips that we've seen, from the show in the past, right? But what it also showed me is the show has the potential to bring people together to make things like this happen. And I think that's going to be the power of the show, or the power of tying the people together. I'm going to stop right there, and I got more I want to say. So let me come down to the comments. Anybody drop a comment, let me know what you thought about the video. Come back to the panel. Chloe, Vince, y'all want to say anything at all right now?
I want to say something. That was a great story. And as you guys know, me and my wife met on Plenty of Fish, which is a dating app. And we met December 2017. And we got married July 19. So basically a year, because it was December 17. So the very next month was 18. We got married in 19. Got married in 19, had our daughter in 20, had our son in 23, been married 5 years last week. Greatest decision I ever made. And when he said you do the work before, I knew our second date that she was my wife. And I never even talked to anybody else. I don't even remember anybody else. So I understand what he's saying. It's a beautiful thing. You can do the work and you the right person, then you meet the right person. So I definitely praying for their success, and it can happen. And when a man is ready to be a husband and he is looking for a wife, it don't take him a long time. So I definitely believe that too. When a man knows, he knows. I've been in relationships for years, engaged for years, and didn't know them as much as I knew my wife in a year. So,
No, that's real right there. Appreciate that. Chloe, you want to say anything at all?
No, I think it just proves your point. I think it proves the point that you were making earlier, that when you've done the work yourself, when you've done the work, I think that qualified person will show up. I'm not saying, ladies, I'm not saying you could stay inside and they just gonna, mail order your man. I'm not saying that, but I do believe that when you have done the work, and this is something that you, like Vince said, you want and you're ready, then I do believe that it aligns. I really do believe that. So I think that's just points to the fact that it's the prep that goes into it. It's the intentionality. Like if you watch that whole episode, the catch up episode, you know, he talks about how she talks about how intentional she was. She booked a later flight so that whoever she matched with, if she matched, she'd have time to actually spend time with them before she had to go back. He talked about how he moved. So he was in Arizona, and literally once he matched with her, literally he almost immediately just moved, picked everything up and moved to California just while they were, you know, dating. And they had only been dating for what? I don't even know if it was a month, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a few weeks. He just picked up everything and moved to California. So it goes back to when you're intentional. When you know, and plus you're being intentional about it. Like she went ready, he went ready, they were serious, and I pray that their union is blessed. But from the outside looking in, it looks like they're off to a good start.
Yeah, no, definitely. Listen, as I understand it, they've been inseparable. Yeah, every since the show, they've been together the whole time. But yeah, like I said earlier, I always like to showcase these positive videos that come across because there's always gems in these videos. Putting up Donovan's comment, the brother said that basically doing the work to become the highest version of self. This is when I talk about this preparation. Yeah, you got to do the work and you got to prepare yourself for this person that you keep talking about. Everybody always talking about this person. I'm looking for my person. Yeah, but it's like, are you the person that's going to compliment this person when they come along? Yeah, you got to have that thought as well. The second thing is tying back to the title. What is it worth to you? As the person or the other person in this possible relationship before it happens, have you ever even asked yourself, are you worth it? Yeah, sometimes I think we take on this mindset of entitlement. Like we just supposed to get something, like we just gonna get something. And it's like, have you even thought about or sat down and considered, are you worth what you asking for? Yep, are you that wife that these guys are saying that they're looking for? Yep, especially these guys who are about their business. Are you that wife? Have you put in the work to get yourself to that point to be able to confidently say that you are that wife? You got to consider that. Same goes for the men. Yep. Are you that husband? Have you put in that work and got yourself together and got your mind right? Like my man said, it was a lot of dark nights. Have you got yourself together and got your mind right so that you can be, or that you are that husband that these ladies say that they're looking for? Yep, and I think if a lot of folks would be honest about that, the answer is probably no. Yep, the answer is probably no. Yeah, because a lot of times folks are just looking to take the easiest route that they can take. And that's not going to get you what you're looking for. And that's definitely not going to make you worthy or valuable to this person that you say you're looking for. So yeah, this video is powerful for multiple reasons. Yep, multiple reasons. Yep, but the one thing that I want to drive home that sometimes I think gets heavily overlooked, and it's the point that the brother made when he said, as a man, when you know, you know. Yeah, but that don't just go for marriage. That also goes for the wrong ones coming around. When you know, you know. Yep, so if you out here striking out and these fellas ain't responding to you like you think, that might be because he know. And then when it comes from the perspective of marriage, when a man knows, he knows. And it don't take all of that extra. It don't take all that fighting it don't take all that. He gonna do what he got to do and move forward because he done already seen the value and he's already deemed that you worth it. So man, I'm gonna leave it just like that. Shout out to Ty Shadow, one in the building, holding us down on YouTube. Said a good evening. What's going on, Ty Shadow? Appreciate you joining us tonight. I'm gonna leave it right there. Yeah, video is powerful. And just to clarify, I didn't mean that the show is not capable. I just didn't. It caught me off guard when I saw the video. Yeah, to see a proposal come out of the balloon pop show already, because the show hasn't even been going that long. To see a proposal come out of the show. And if I think back in that particular episode, the young lady, I feel like she almost was gonna pass on my man, or he ended up popping. Because she had a concern around a guy having kids, and I think he had a kid. So they almost didn't connect. Yeah, but they end up revisiting and end up matching, and now my man done proposed, and it's on and popping from here. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna leave it at, man, preparation, man. Preparation is the key. Get yourself together, get yourself right, and then maybe you'll get to the outcome that you're trying to get to. You want to say something, Chloe? I'm gonna get ready to wrap us up.
No, other than my closing.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and do your thing.
Vince, did you have something you wanted to say on the show?
No, I don't have anything to say. I'm gonna get up out of here because I heard my son crying. So y'all have a good evening.
Thanks.
All right.
All right now.
Bye.
All right, take it easy, brother. All right, go ahead, Chloe. Then we get out of here.
Yeah, well, I'm literally gonna say, what is it worth to you, right? I think for the women who are saying they want to be married, really, they want to find their person, really, what is it worth? Is it worth it enough for you to find your person to do the work on yourself? Right. When you find your person, is it worth it to you keeping that person? Because in order to keep that person, there's going to be some self-sacrifice. You cannot be in a marriage and be completely independent. That is a codependency circumstance and situation. I'm sorry, interdependent, my bad. I do not mean to say codependent. Lord, y'all don't mean to say that. That is the interdependent relationship. That's what it requires of you. So you can't be, it can't be me, myself, and I in a marriage. And unfortunately, I don't see it. I don't see a lot of people willing to make the concessions that need to be made, the sacrifices that need to be made. And that's why, we talk about marriage being idolized, but single, I would say that this generation might be one of the first generations to idolize singleness.
Yeah, we
because not everybody's so happy to be single. And I'm just like, y'all so happy to be single, yet we got all of these reality dating podcasts and, shows and books. And I thought y'all said y'all was happy to be single.
I don't believe that.
So it's just, what is it worth to you? At the end of the day, don't think you about to tie yourself, your raggedy self, in the state that you're already in, to somebody who has already done the work, who's at the finish line, and who's ready and intentional and serious and all of the things that you say you want. Not a man or a woman.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
It ain't happening. So, I'll end there. I think that, at some point we have to start looking at ourselves.
Facts. No, I agree. Yeah, and that's why I'm always talking preparation. Yeah, you got to look at yourself first. Yeah, the brother in the last video, he looked at himself first. Yeah, he knew he had some things he had to correct and address, and he did that. And even to his point, the young lady, she clearly was doing some work over there on her side as well. Yeah, which is why they were able to connect and get to a point already, you know, of an engagement and making a commitment, you know what I'm saying, and taking it to the next level. But yeah, at the end of the day, it starts with you. You're doing your preparation, being honest, holding yourself accountable, marketing yourself well, moving accordingly, getting back to our natural states. Yeah, you got to put that work in. Yeah, but that's when your person is going to appear if they've been doing the work as well. Yep, that's the key. So yeah, is it worth it to you? Think about that. Is it really worth it to you to get to what you want to get to? The decision is yours. Well, man, shout out to everybody who's on the panel with me tonight. Chloe, Vince, Mr. Research, holding us down. Appreciate you guys holding me down on the panel. Shout out to everybody in the comments as well. My Facebook family, my YouTube family in the building. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Eva Wright. She dropped a 5-star, said great show. Appreciate you, Eva Wright, always holding us down. Shout out to Mr. Wright in the building as well. Appreciate y'all. This is Kandid Konvos, man. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go live on YouTube and Facebook, so definitely like, share, subscribe, smash that like button. If you haven't already, smash that like button. But yeah, man, we're here to have these conversations, man, to move us in a better direction. We're here to hear from all of the different perspectives, all the different experience levels, so we can get us to a better place and get us back moving in the right direction. But man, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. We're going to catch you guys next Wednesday.